round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, I've got to move this for 1 second, please. Is my dress okay? Hello YouTube and welcome back to Snatural Remedies. Today's video is going to be about my favorite autoimmune lunch recipes. I want to share with you guys all the yummy yummies that I eat. But before we get started, you know the drill, you know the stilo, you know what's up. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you know every time your girl drops a new video, it comes up in those notifications. Today's lunch recipes are going to be bomb. I'm gonna make my favorite vegan gluten-free pizza. We're gonna dive into some tacos, some vegan tacos, and I have 3 different variations for you guys. And I'm gonna make for you a vegan tuna ciabatta bread sandwich. I'm also gonna make for you guys my favorite vegetable vegan wrap. Nothing like a good old wrap on the go. So yes, I'm hungry as hell. I don't know about you guys. Before you get started on the BS, let's get into the goodness. Now this lunch recipe is my tuna ciabatta bread sandwich, like Hakuna Matata. And the reason why this is so bomb is because it's not made with real tuna. It's made with chickpeas. Now don't come for me with the chickpea problem, you guys. I know chickpeas is in everything that's vegan, but you gotta know how to finesse this thing. You got to get creative, but you just have to know how to spice them up. You know, massage it, you know, put your game face on when dealing with these chickpeas. You have to be creative. If you don't got no game, you lame. So the ingredients I'm gonna use to make this vegan tuna are chickpeas, organic chickpeas. I'm using heart of palms, onion, mustard seed seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, parsley, and a little bit of salt. And my final ingredient to make this tuna salad bomb, dulce flakes. This is what gives it the tuna flavor. It's pretty much like seaweed. So if you eat tuna or you like seaweed snacks, you're probably really gonna love this. Now, in order to mix up the actual tuna salad, normally you use mayonnaise. People who don't eat dairy don't really mess with the mayonnaise. That's cool because they have vegan mayo. However, me being me, I can't even do the vegan mayo. Why? It is stuffed with soy. A lot of them have so much soy in them, it's just not even good for you. So my cheat has been hummus, plain regular hummus. But not just any hummus, you really have to get it fresh made from a farmer's market or maybe at a restaurant that's actually making it on site. It makes a world of a difference. I'm also gonna chop up some celery in this salad. I'm gonna drain my chickpeas, rinse them really well. I'm also going to drain my hearts of palm and I'm going to chop those up into square pieces. Give these a rough chop. Once everything's chopped up, I'm gonna throw that in the bowl with my chickpeas. Now that I have my meat in my bowl, I'm actually gonna go to the side and start chopping up my celery. And I'm only gonna cut up about a half a celery stalk for this. If you have a food processor, please feel free to use it, but I would just pulse it in there. That way everything doesn't turn into cream. I'm gonna do the same thing with my dill. Give it a quick fine chop. Throw that in there. Time for me to start adding my seasonings. I'm gonna go in with my mustard seed, my onion powder, my garlic powder, pepper, a little bit of salt, of course salt to taste, and my parsley flakes. Now that I got her all nice and seasoned, you take about a half a cup of your dulce flakes and sprinkle those in. I'm gonna go in with my hummus. Just mix this bad boy together and your tuna salad is done. I'm also using a ciabatta bread, which is gluten-free and vegan. I'm just gonna go in and toast this bread real quick. Then I'm gonna layer my bread, pile my salad, my tuna salad in there, just go in and cake that in really nicely. Now that I've layered my bread, I'm gonna go in and complete my sandwich. And on the side, I'm just gonna take this arugula and make a quick little arugula salad. You know, just salt, pepper, a little olive oil, throw some tomatoes in there, just a little something. I like a little crunch with my sandwiches, and I'm gonna put some lentil chips on the side. And I'm gonna top my plate off with one of these spear dill pickles. And there you have it. So this is perfect. I have my tuna sandwich, I have my vegan tuna sandwich, I have a side salad, I have my little pickle on the side waiting for me to chomp onto it. I can't wait to crunch into this, let me tell you. The chickpeas broke down perfectly. They weren't too mushy. It actually gives it a little bit of a texture like you're eating tuna. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, try this recipe. I'm telling you. This recipe is a vegan, gluten-free pizza. Now this piece of crust comes from a company called Fresco Pasta. They really specialize in gluten-free pastas. However, they do make some great pizza crust. It's super thin, as you can see, so this is not gonna be your typical super thick bread doughy pizza. We're gonna pile this sucker up with lots of veggies. I'm gonna put my marinara sauce on here. It's organic, it's gluten-free. It's a really, really great tomato base for any type of pizza or pasta. I'm gonna add some vegan pesto, just a couple little dabs here and there. I love me some Misha's vegan cheese. This flavor is ricotta, so I'm just gonna drop a couple little pieces on top of my pizza towards the end, just to give my pizza some cheese. I'm gonna chop up my zucchini, red onion. This variety of bell peppers are so cool. I get these at the farmer's market and they come in purple. This is a funky yellow. This is kind of like a combination red. All these flavors are really good. They don't taste like regular bell peppers. I'm also gonna use some organic sun-dried tomatoes. I'm gonna dice them up and sprinkle those in just for a nice little bite. And that's it. Let's get our chef on. And that is it. Voila. Vegan veggie pizza. Flavor melted all inside of this crust. Some sweet potato fries. You know, you can't have pizza without fries. I'm just gonna cut into this pizza because I'm ready for a taste. Oh my goodness. Oh, the flavor in this is so bomb. Definitely make this for lunch. Are you ready for Taco Tuesday? This next recipe are my favorite because I love tacos. So I've come up with 3 recipes that are all vegan, all gluten-free, dairy-free tacos. I'm gonna make a Japanese yam taco, a fried cassava root taco, and a vegan meat taco. So the key to making flavorful tacos is how you cook your contents. The shells that I'm using are all organic. Of course, you know they're gluten-free. They are turmeric, coconut flour, and cassava flour tacos. Now for these turmeric tacos, I'm gonna fill these with a Japanese yam. They're the yam that's very purple on the outside. The inside is actually kind of a creamy color, and they're slightly sweet. When I'm cooking with the Japanese yam, I like to boil it. Once it's boiled, I go in and I cut that into large squares. And I throw that in my frying pan. I go in and I use a burger seasoning on that bad boy. Some garlic powder, some onion powder, some salt and some pepper. I go in and put a couple drops of liquid smoke, and I mean a couple drops. So now that my yam is done and it's nice and seasoned, I'm gonna go in and get my taco shell ready. So I'm going to put my spread on, and today I'm using a cilantro hummus. Now that my taco shell is nice and laid out, I'm gonna put my yam inside, and then I'm gonna put on some cilantro, some tomato, some avocado, and some lettuce. And voila, the turmeric taco is done. For the beet taco shell, I'm gonna use cassava. I'm gonna boil this cassava root, and I'm gonna keep it in long strips. Once it's done and boiled, I'm actually going to take it out of the water. So let's go in and get this thing seasoned so that we can go in and fry her. I'm gonna use the bone-sucking seasoning sauce, a little garlic, onion powder. I'm also gonna throw in a little Italiano seasoning for this one. I'm gonna put some flour on it and put it back in a frying pan, and I'm gonna fry these bad boys up. I'm gonna top it off with some nice mango salsa. So for my third taco, the spinach vegetable tortilla is actually gonna get some homemade vegan meat. And I'm going to use walnuts and shiitake mushrooms to create this meat. Keep in mind when you're working with walnuts, you always soak them overnight. I'm gonna grind these up in a food processor because you want your walnuts to be nice and minced. Then I'm gonna add my shiitake mushrooms as well, do the same process, and get those nice and ground down. Once those two ingredients are ground down, I'm gonna throw them in a frying pan together, and now it's time to add in all of my seasonings. So I'm gonna use cumin and of course some salt, some pepper, some garlic, and some onion powder. We're just gonna go on and do the same with this taco. We're gonna line it with some good old hummus. I'm using cilantro hummus. Fill it with our homemade vegan meat. Then we're gonna just top this off with some lettuce, some tomatoes, some avocado, some onions. And when it's all done, I'm gonna squeeze a little tahini right on top of it. So this is pretty much our taco lunch. I mean, these 3 tacos will definitely keep you full. Please give these a try. They are bomb, amazing. Oh my goodness, so good. Now this recipe is a veggie, vegan, gluten-free wrap. We're gonna wrap it up. So for this recipe, I like to use really, really light ingredients that are still gonna be filling. So instead of just having a regular wrap with vegetables, we're gonna add some lentils to this bad boy. Lentils is gonna give us our protein, and it's also gonna kind of make you feel like you got a little meat, a little something, something up in that wrap, you know? I'm gonna use pre-made lentils, but don't get it twisted. These are organic, these are non-GMO, and they're already pre-made and pre-seasoned for you. I'm gonna use an organic spinach wrap and also an organic cassava wrap. These are gluten-free and of course they're rice-free. I am gonna put a little rice in this though, because I like to give my wraps a little girth. And this is organic jasmine rice. I'm gonna fill this wrap full of veggie goodness. So before we get started, I like to warm my tortilla up and give it a little toastiness. I'm gonna dice up and slice up some carrots. And I'm just gonna do 2 long slices, nothing crazy. I'm gonna do the same thing with my cucumber. I'm gonna put a slice of cucumber in there, slice of red pepper, avocado, radish sprouts. And to top it all off, once my wrap is done, I'm gonna slice up a few peaches on the side. I want to take a toothpick and stick it in the middle of that wrap. So good. Okay, so this is it, you guys. Ooh wee. Super easy and super quick to make. You can even make this at work. So please try this recipe. It is delicious. So that's my video, you guys. I hope you enjoy these wonderful, wonderful lunch recipes. They are here to keep you healthy, here to keep your autoimmune conditions at bay. You know we have to eat healthy. We gotta keep it clean. We gotta keep it gluten-free, corn-free, dairy-free, meat-free, all the frees, but ain't shit free. You gotta work for this. So give these lunch recipes a try. Please enjoy that vegan pizza. I mean, bomb. Get into that wrap, that veggie wrap coming for you. Get that little dipping sauce, bomb. Also, please, please, please give these tacos a try. They are mind-blowing. And don't forget about that tuna ciabatta sandwich. I mean, this recipe definitely gives me that nice seafood flavor. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. Peace, peace, peace. I think that was it. Oh my God, the fan's been on this whole time. No wonder my booty feels so fresh. Move a little, move a little, move a little. Victory is mine.